In recent weeks, Iran faced direct attacks from both the United States and Israel. Yet, despite being widely considered allies of Tehran, Russia and China offered no real military support. Their response? Generic diplomatic protests, and nothing more. So what happened to the so-called anti-Western alliance between Iran, Russia, and China? Some analysts have labeled these nations, and sometimes North Korea, as a new axis of evil, citing shared hostility toward the West. Examples include Iranian drones sent to Moscow and China's continued purchase of Russian oil. But when real conflict emerged, the limits of that alliance were exposed. Unlike NATO, this so-called axis lacks any formal defense pact or institutional structure. The only exception is a mutual assistance clause between Russia and North Korea, which has led to North Korean troops being sent to support Russia in Ukraine. Even the limitless partnership between Moscow and Beijing has clear boundaries. While China has supported Russia's defense industry indirectly, it has refused to send heavy weaponry. And when it comes to Iran, the relationship is even more complicated. Both Russia and China view Iran's fundamentalist regime with caution. The Islamic Republic's ideology poses an internal threat to their own secular authoritarian models. That mistrust undercuts any serious military alliance. What truly binds these powers is not ideology, but mutual opposition to Western dominance and a shared call for a multipolar world. But when push comes to shove, shared rhetoric does not translate to shared risk. Russia, for instance, has strong ties with Israel and Arab nations, and would rather preserve those than risk deeper entanglement with Iran. On the other hand, China has grown closer to Saudi Arabia and the UAE, both rivals of Tehran, and relies heavily on stable oil shipments through the Strait of Hormuz. In fact, China has even warned Tehran not to escalate tensions in the Persian Gulf, fearing a disruption to its vital energy supply. Rather than choose sides, China has positioned itself as a mediator, brokering the 2023 diplomatic agreement between Iran and Saudi Arabia, a move that further illustrates its preference for stability over solidarity. So, is there really an alliance between Russia, China, and Iran? Not in the sense the world feared. When Iran needed help the most, no tanks rolled in, no missiles launched in its defense, only statements. Only silence. What we're witnessing is not a united front, but a fragile collection of self-interested actors, each pursuing their own strategic goals. This so-called axis is strong in words, but weak in action. When war arrives, it's every nation for itself. Like the video and subscribe to Military Power TV.